Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. As always, it's me, Ivan, and I've got something pretty special to show you today. This is the Zelos Thresher. It's the brand's latest release. It's literally just been announced on their website, and I'm going to tell you straight away, this is an amazing watch. And by the end of this video, you'll be like, I want it. As I just mentioned, the launch page has just become live, meaning that in a few hours, all these models will be available for purchase. I believe Zelos have made 300 pieces of each variant, and while you will have a fair chance of getting the one you like, I still recommend that you stay alert, especially if you're after one of the Mother of Pearl, Aventurine, or Damascus models, as those usually sell out first and sometimes in just a few minutes. The price starts at $629 US. It goes up to $649 for the Mob and Aventurine dials, and finally $849 for the Damascus, which is very competitive in my opinion. When it comes to the packaging, Zelos haven't changed it. They've been sticking to this leather watch row for a couple of years now, maybe a bit more. And I like it a lot, as you can actually use it for transporting your precious watches instead of having a box laying around somewhere in the house catching dust. In fact, I'm going on a trip later this month, and I'm definitely taking one of these with me. Alright guys, let's get the dimensions out of the way. You know, when Ocean first announced the release of this model on the Zelos Timekeepers Facebook group, he posted some preview photos and videos which gave me the impression that this watch is a bit large. However, after receiving it, I can tell you that it's actually very compact. In fact, the dimensions are almost exactly the same as the black tips dimensions I reviewed a few months ago. And so the case diameter is 41mm, the lug-to-lug is 47, the thickness including the crystal is 12.7, and finally, the space between the lugs is 20mm. Here's what the dimensions translate into on my 17cm or 6.7 inch wrist. And all I can say is that this watch is an absolute pleasure to wear. It's incredibly comfortable, it's lightweight due to its titanium construction, and then it also looks gorgeous with this new case design and Aventurine dial, which we are going to talk about later on in the video. Speaking of the new case, let's have a quick word about it. It's completely different when compared to the previous Thresher design. I would say it's more in line with the current Zelos design language, and it looks similar to the Hammerhead 3 models. However, the case here is significantly slimmed down, as we saw a moment ago. It also has some military vibes to it due to its rugged appearance, and overall I think that Zelos have done an extremely good job with designing this watch. In addition guys, the build quality is outstanding as you would expect from any Zelos watch, and as I already said, the case and the bracelet are made of titanium, which has been hard coated for an increased scratch resistance. When it comes to the finishing, it's excellent as well. We've got some surfaces that are bead blasted, while the rest are vertically brushed, and it's a combination that works really well on a 2 watch like this one. Something else I want to mention here is that both crystals are made of sapphire, and the water resistance is 200 meters thanks to the screw-in crown and case back. Next, I want us to pay some attention to the bracelet. It's an H-link bracelet. I think it's a new design. It's very similar to the black tips bracelet, but it's flat on the outer side, and as a result, it reflects the light in a very pleasing way. From a quality perspective, I think it's perfect. The finishing is fantastic, and the polished bevels give it a very nice premium appearance. I'm also happy to report that on the fly clasp we've seen in previous Zelos models is also present. It's the only part that's made of steel and not titanium, but that's fine. And as you can imagine, it works like a charm, as it allows you to adjust the fit very easily, anywhere, anytime. Guys, it's time we talk about the part you've been waiting for, which is the Aventurine dial. First of all, I've got to tell you, this is the first time I see an aventurine dial in person. I'm very impressed, and now I think I understand why so many people are crazy about it. Obviously, it all goes down to one's personal preferences, but if you like shiny, sparkling things, you're going to like this one very much. I'm not sure you can appreciate it on camera, but in person, the sparkling is quite visible, especially when you're outdoors, and it looks really nice and eye-catching. Another interesting aspect of the dial are the indices. For the first time, Zelos is using molded chunks of superluminous C3. It's called Lumicast, and besides adding some nice 3D effect to the dial, these are expected to glow longer in the dark in comparison to regular painted indices. As you can tell, they do glow really bright, but so does the handset. The bezel fades away rather quickly, but overall, the lume is great and it delivers some serious low light legibility. Before we move on to the movement, I want to make a quick mention of the world time bezel. It's bidirectional with 48 clicks and the action is excellent. By the way, this insert is made of aventurine material and it's epoxy coated for protection. The rest of the models, except the Matter of Pearl dial, feature a sapphire insert instead. However, you shouldn't worry about scratches, as even if they occur, you can easily buff them out by using something like Polywatch. The movement in this watch is a Miyota 9075, and guys, this is kind of a big deal because this is a true GMT movement, which means that you can set the hour hand in the same manner that you would on a Rolex GMT Master 2, which is an extremely handy feature for those people who frequently travel across different time zones. In addition, this is a 4 Hz movement, and so the second hand ticks 8 times per second. The power reserve is 42 hours, and the accuracy I'm getting out of this one is fantastic, -2 seconds a day, which is well within its specs of -10 to +30 seconds per day. Now, if you turn the watch around, you'll see that the sapphire exhibition caseback actually makes sense here, since these 9 series calibers come with some really nice Côte de Genève decoration, to which Zelos has added a custom rotor. Overall guys, this is a great movement, which Miyota categorizes as a premium caliber, and as such you can expect nothing but great performance out of it. The bottom line is, this is one heck of a watch, no matter how you look at it. Wearing it has been a wonderful experience, and I've got nothing negative to say about it. I mean, if you want to be picky, you could say that the GMT numerals on the chapter ring are a bit too small, but besides that, this watch is perfect in my opinion. I love everything about it, and I can't think of many watches in this price range that can realistically compete with it. As always, this is just my opinion, so feel free to leave yours in the comments down below. Thank you very much for bearing with me until the end. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing in case you haven't already. Take care guys, I'll see you in the next one.